All right. Good morning. Good morning. So, just another dump. Just another dump. Got a lot of news coming out this year. It's just been crazy these last 2 days. If you look here, I had some levels marked out overnight just before I went to bed. Some of these London lows and things like that were, from Monday, like from Sunday, Monday night. And everything's just getting ran on. What did we have? We had PMI, ISM manufacturing. We got a lot of news this week. We got 10. Trump speaks at 12. It's tough. It's tough to get these crazy ass moves. You know what I mean? I have a divergence here, but it's crazy. What are we down? What are we down here? There's a big ass bug on my screen, bro. Get out of here. From what? From Thursday. Thursday, the S&P is down 2%. A little over 2%. That's crazy. What about NASDAQ? From Thursday, the NASDAQ is down 3%. So, absolutely dumped, and it's important for us just to be patient. Again, unfortunately, price has been moving crazy. It was pretty good last week. It was pretty good the week before. But man, so when we have these giant moves, it gets tough. It's tough to do anything. So, but we'll see. We'll see here. Market just opened. I'm gonna mark out what I'm gonna do here. So I'm gonna mark out these lows. We're going to see what happens here off these lows. These are kind of... It's kind of our line in the sand here, right? But, shoot. We'll figure out pretty quick here if there's going to be a trade or not. Which would be a super bummer if there's not, but this is even a crazier move than we had on Friday. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. But good morning. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Just cruising along here, bro. These bugs are nuts. Ugh. Crazy. Alright, so NQ comes down, immediately takes out these lows. ES not in the ballpark. If ES takes these lows, we're done. I mean, that's really kind of it. That sucks because I just want to trade. I mean, jeez, bro, it's crazy. So what do we get off this, right? What do we get off this low? Is the real question here. I'm just not like, man. Especially when I was marking out these levels last night, you know, there was a nice like divergence between NQ and ES. There was some good, really good stack liquidity to the upside, like all these things, you know, and you can build out this whole plan, and then it immediately just, you know, you wake up in the morning and NASDAQ's gone down, you know, almost 400 points. Yeah, literally almost 400 points on NASDAQ. So it's like, what, you know, what do you do? What do you do? Craziness. All right. ES is lagging. Man, oh man. Brutal. Let's look at something here. We have a level here bouncing off of, which is, alright, so we switched some liquidity, we have a level. This may have to be a little scalp here if we're gonna get anything. Okay. Alright. NQ is the weaker index, but is having a nice push through here. Came down, took this liquidity, having a little buy here. I like it. I might do like a little scalp here. Some good stack liquidity up here. ES. This way. What the heck? I'll do that to me. Alright, 2 minute. I like it. Closing above this fair value gap, we're getting a change in the state here. Change in the state is the opening print on the 1 minute. Trying to get a change in the state here. On the 2 minute, if we get a change in the state here, I'll expect to retrace back down to this opening print. But which would also be this order block here. see if we get it. It's kind of what I was talking about in the last video, where a lot of the strategies just end up coming together as the same thing, right? Our change in the state here on the 1 minute is our opening print price, right? Which is a key level. So an opening print, if you put a line from opening print over, that right there is a key level throughout every day. It also happens to be our change in the state right here, right? So we came down, we took this liquidity, we came back up, we had a buy signal to come back up towards these highs, right? Now we're making a change in the state on the 2 minute, close in 30 seconds. What I'd want to see, just because we were so bearish overnight, and I don't, just a quick reversal all of a sudden. We do have this SMT. There is that confluence here. I do want to see a retrace. I hate when it gaps like this. It's so annoying. Anyways, I do want to see a retrace back down to, either tap into this order block, to tap into this change in the state, to tap into that opening print, right? If we don't have that, if we don't get that confirmation here, it's hard, to be like the trend is shifting right now, when there is confluences, but you have to be careful because we just dropped, almost 400 points, and you don't want to just expect a full reversal when this might just be a retrace. So we need some more confirmation here. But I'd like to see it. It's a good setup, right? 3 candlestick pattern. We have the fair value gap. We have the opening print. We have the order block. We have the change in the state here. If price comes back to retest it and we get a confirmation out of it, we can for sure jump into it. So I do like NASDAQ. Probably just do a scalp. See what that ends up being. Damn, that is some serious movement. On this Tradeify straight to funded account, so I can't. There's a consistency rule, so I have to be careful how I scalp this. 560, that's too much risk. I'm gonna have to use I'm not the biggest fan of the 25K accounts. We're gonna have to use MNQ if we take an entry. I should clear this out. We know there's a level there. 1 minute. I'll look more for on the 2 minute actually. I'll take it on the 2 minute if it works. But we change the state. We have this order block. Actually, not necessarily that. Cow, why are you doing that? This is what we want. Back in this fair value gap. And a reaction off of that. Of this order block here. And so we'll just have to see. But in a time like this, I'm definitely more keen to being patient, right? How annoying is that gap, dude? It's crazy. There it goes. Just a little something. Yeah, happy Labor Day weekend. That was a nice, needed, extended weekend. Did a lot of relaxing. So, I'm here. I want to take a trade. I want to take some high quality trades. I want to be more patient. And, yeah, I mean, that's all we can really do, right? My thing is here is like, it's hard just to get long, right? Right away, right? Because we're dumping, right? We did just take these lows. We have an SMT, but we have to wait for confirmation. And yes, we did, have the confirmation where price looks like it wants to turn around, but price could also come up. This could be a retrace, right? After an hour, after just dumping almost 400 points, like it's gonna need a retrace at some point, and whether that retrace continues, and reverses is the confirmation I'm waiting for, at least. I want to see that confirmation. I want to see it come back up, come back down, fail to go lower, and then we make our move back up, right? So, if we come into this, ideally we come into this, right? It's annoying on the 1 minute because, like, I wish I could see that candle, right? Ideally, we make a fair value gap on the way down, bounce off this and reverse this, but I will take a bounce off of this order block, off of this change in the state, if we get the chance to. Let's see. Yeah. So it's like, how is Aaron Keys working? It's crazy. We go change the state here. We have an order block. You don't have to use the whole thing. I just mark it out. We have change the state. We have the order block lining up. We have this fair value gap here on the 1 minute. This right here would be my entry. Start with 2. Add in. That's the entry. So, as you can see here, ES is struggling to push through this fair value gap, right? So, it's hard, ES is showing a little bit of struggle and strength. Whereas IQ push right through it, and it's just running now. God, man. Just one of those days. It'll come back and touch it. But it's just one of those days, you gotta be patient. Come and take me closer. Alright. Do 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 do. I mean, a really aggressive trade today would have just been like, a 2 minute, come down, take this level, and then a 2 minute buy. But I'm working on just being like more patient and waiting for higher quality setups. You know what I mean? We'll see if we get it. If we get it, we'll take it. If it works, beautiful, right? Have the liquidity sweep. We have a higher time frame liquidity sweep. We have a lower time frame liquidity sweep. We have a higher time frame SMT. Just at this point. Oh man. Okay, now I'm like, if ES runs this, I might take it on ES. Yeah, I'm gonna take on ES actually. Alright, ES came down and Gulf. NQ is pushing higher. It's not bad risk. I'm gonna go ahead and yes. I'll take here. I'm gonna see how much. That's a good stop. 42. I'll take that. Alright, put some risk on the table here. This is about 2R. I'm not usually like a fixed ratio, but in this case, it's gonna have to be. So we'll let her run. Just notice like NQ is getting a little extended, and it didn't look like we were gonna get our entry here. So on MES, right? Once we close above this big inverse fair value gap and we have this SMT, that's enough for me to at least want to take the position and get in, especially if we're catching like this reversal here. And we'll just see like if we can target, back up to these highs. If not, that's okay. But we did come in here, we bounced up and respected this fair value gap. I would like to see, continuation higher and maybe just a push, It's looking okay for now. We'll see. We shall see. What I don't like is this is just like a fixed 2R. I'm not the biggest fan of that because there's not really any kind of like liquidity over here. So I mean, there's just like these stack lows, but there's no telling if like that's gonna want to switch around at any level. So I'm thinking about just like reducing risk. I guess C10's fine. Let's see. Mm-hmm. No way. What just happened? Wait a minute. Oh, okay. I was about to say, no way that just happened. That looks crazy, right? Oh, that's my freaking, it's my like gauge box. It's funny. It's like, we just did that. If we create a swing low here, I will just raise my stop to the swing low. But I'm hoping it just kind of bounces off this level here and we send it higher. But if we do close above this candle, just because of the risk of this trade, just because there's no really like set liquidity I'm super confident on, if we get another move up, I will just move my stop up to there, but we'll see. It's looking pretty strong. Alright, we'll just move stop up to break even at least. Free trade, let it run. I believe. Oh, I believe. Alright, let's see if we just run up and tag this. Free trade. I mean, come all the way back down. That'd be crazy, but this point, you know, you just let that baby run and see if she hits. Run it. Do it for the biscuit here. Oh, I believe. Dude, gold's just like on a heater. Oh my lord. Oh my gosh, dude. That was it, dude. That right there was it. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? One gold contract, 14,000 bucks. Wow. Wow. What a move. What a move. It's actually nuts. Actually blown away by that a little bit. Alright. What are we doing here? just one of those things. It's like, do we just close? I don't really want to. It looks strong, but it's also like NQ's come up and taken all these highs. Now we have this SMT here. Should probably move it into profit, just because like that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move it up to this level here, just to grab something. I'm not gonna let it run all the way back down. That would be irresponsible. So we'll move it up to here. If we get stopped out, we get stopped out in profit, and we can look for something else. But I'm definitely not trying to like hang out and let it come all the way back down, especially when we have like this SMT. If we were doing this retrace to come back down, I don't want to be a part of that. So if it goes, it goes. If it doesn't, whatever. Make a little bit of money. But I mean, NQ's come up and just swiped all these, so I'm expecting some kind of retrace here. But part of me is just like, let it go, really. Part of me thinks it wants to go. But whoa. And there we go. Popped. Boom. That'll do it. Nice little move there. What does that put us up on the day? 417. So when I got this account last week, let's see, when did I get it? I think I got it last week. I got it on Monday, last Monday, and I took like 3 losing days in a row that went down to, I mean, we lost a good amount. We lost like 3 days in a row, but they were small losses. I think it was like 300, 160, 250. And actually, I'll pull up my my Tradeify. But and then and then we've had 2 $400 days of profit since. So as you can see now, like my balance on that, it's like we're just back at that 25K. This is last week when I got it. This was before I made my first video. We took a couple losses, and that was okay. Last week was kind of tough. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they were small, but we did take some losses. And then Thursday, let's see. Thursday, I took my win. That was before I was filming. And then Friday was when I did my first video. We didn't trade. And then today, we made 417. So it's just kind of, it's also that there is just like mitigating risk, keeping losses small. And obviously, I mean, it's a broken record. Keep losses small and then, like hold your winners, Wasn't super high quality trade today. I'm glad if we go back, like we were pretty stuck on NQ and we really wanted this entry, but sometimes you can just see in price action, like price isn't going to give you that, right? So if we flipped over to ES, we all saw how strong NASDAQ was. We looked at ES and we said, all right, well, ES is technically the stronger index. And as soon as we saw this inverse fair value gap get closed on, and we saw the NQ was on a run, then we jumped in here, stops at the low, and then we just targeted at 2-1, right? We could have been looking up here towards these highs, in this kind of cluster of, low resistance liquidity here. But really, like, especially on a Monday after we've had this giant move, like I'm super okay with just capturing, that kind of move there and kind of calling it a day for that, and hoping that tomorrow we get some kind of better price action. So, we're up 400 today. We're pretty much back even on the account. We went through a little drawdown last week, and we came back out. So let me, I'll pull up my Tradeify actually. Let me see here. Get us in there so we can see like how much what we're doing here. But you guys can't see that shit. It's black screen. Okay. I don't know, like if you can, like if I'm showing you stuff that you can steal my like account, please don't steal my account or whatever. You know, like that wouldn't be like that freaking cool, obviously. Open my journal. Open my journal. What the heck, man? Let's try this again. Let us try this again, huh? View details, open journal. Isn't it working? Nice. Why? Why is the request failed? Okay, well then. Just gonna show us all my trades. Can I show you guys this, or is it gonna be weird? Alright, let me come here. Display capture. So here's my Tradeify account. If we look here on the 25th is when I opened it, I took a $344 loss. The next day I took a $250 loss, and then on Wednesday I took a $164 loss, right? And you can see right here 2 trades. And then on Thursday we took a $405 winner, and then it just shows that my account hasn't updated yet with today's win of 417. So you know, 3 losses, made it back in 2. Morning. We made it back in 2, and we're back up, right? So we need to hit a profit target of 1,500. We're at 4. I think today will be 5 of 7, and then we need to keep a consistency of 20%, right? So because we were under, because we hadn't made any profits yet, you know, you can take bigger trades to get back to even, and so now my max wins have to be $300, right? Because that's 20% of 1,500, which is like, it's cool and all. It's okay, but I mean, obviously, in an ideal trading world, right, you want to take advantage of good trades, right, and you want to hold your winners, you know, to really maximize your risk to reward, right? If you know that you're in a high probability trade and it's going to run, you want to stick into that trade, add to your winners, and make as much money as you can off that trade. Now, with these prop accounts, you're limited to these consistency rules, which is okay because it makes you hit those base hits, and it makes you really, really focus on your risk element, right? So like if my max win is $300, like I should never, I mean, ideally you should never take, you know, a losing day that's like more than half of that. But in this market, it's kind of unrealistic unless you really size down. And then if you really size down to reach 300, like it's a pretty, you know, big move that you're going to need to catch. So you kind of just need to adjust your risk accordingly. And that's why you saw me, you know, moving my stop up to break even, or moving my stop up to, you know, to a swing low to kind of mitigate that risk. So I'm not, you know, there's more risk in the beginning, but then I'm getting rid of that so I can put on more size to catch more moves. So yeah, after today with 417, we're back up, just even on the account, and then we'll kind of pull it out from there. But that's, you know, that's kind of the deal, right? Like, you know, we were down. I think we were like 200 something bucks from blowing this thing. and then just being patient and taking the right moves, we're back up even, right? So yeah, I mean, oops. So yeah, I mean, definitely not a shabby morning, right? We made the adjustments we needed, especially for a day where price, unfortunately was not in our favor, right? We just noticed, you know, we noticed, found our little edge here and took it, right? SMT on the lows, and basically we just saw this close above this fair value gap, and we inversed it, and we hopped in, right? And just hopped in with the momentum, targeted a fixed 2-to-1, and if you look, we pretty much, like, as of right now, we almost top ticked that thing. Let's see actually where we hit that. What is it? There it is. Oh, execution. Oh, that's right, because we took it on. And yes, bought in here, right? And we sold right here. Yeah, dang near top tick that. So, we will take that, and we'll walk, right? We're gonna get off the charts now. We're gonna go into our day. I think it's 4:10 a.m. here in Hawaii. I'm probably gonna do some work, and we're just gonna kind of cruise. So, other than that, that's a good deal for me. But yeah, we will be back tomorrow for another video. Hope you enjoyed today's. If you drop a like, that really helps me out. Maybe a subscribe if you're down. But I appreciate you guys showing up. And happy Labor Day. Hope you guys have a good Labor Day weekend. And it's a short week, so let's get after it. And then I will see you guys tomorrow. Later, boys.